Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about the July 24th, 2025 new moon in Leo, part 1 of 2. Now, there's going to be a new moon in Leo on July 24th, 2025. A new moon in astrology can be the start of a new project or endeavor. It can give a surfeit and abundance of energy. Now, being in Leo, this could be really near inexorable, indefatigable energy. It could also be a time that you may discard anything that is frivolous or insignificant. Whatever may have prohibited or inhibited you before, it may not do so now. It could also be a period where one expresses a tremendous amount of initiative and enterprise. It could be the start of something, embarking on some new project or endeavor. Now, being in Leo, it may be initiated perhaps with some ferocity and much confidence and self-assuredness. Now, the new moon is introspective. Now, what starts out with the new moon in Leo may culminate with the full moon in Aquarius. The beginning of creating something may end with something, that winds up being, innovative and ingenious. Starting, say, one may create, a sports game as an example, may culminate with it that satisfies one's goal or aspiration, because Aquarius is the sign, connected with goals and aspirations. And also, another way, what may start out with the new moon in Leo ending on with the full moon in Aquarius may manifest could be the beginning or start of just being more gregarious and extroverted, culminating with a friendship. So that may be sustained. So also, the new moon in Leo may impact people collectively, but especially people with the sun, moon, or ascendant in the zodiac sign Cancer or Leo. Now, in Cancer, because the moon governs that sign, and Cancer, the zodiac sign Cancer, can simply be very sensitive to all transits and phases of the moon. This may be attributed as to why the zodiac sign Cancer can be so moody, fickle, and temperamental. Now, Leo, of course, because it's going to be in their sign, and this will be more intensified if this makes a conjunction to one's Leo sun, moon, or ascendant. I would say, especially, if it conjuncts the ascendant, this could be, a time where the energy can really be amplified. The sun to some degree, but I believe the ascendant, being the fact that it's connected more, with the physical body and, the vitality and energy, I would think, the sun is as well, but the ascendant, I would say, even more so. So as far as, feeling like rejuvenated and revitalized, it'll be more emphasized if it hits one's ascendant. Now, this could be, a new period, I would say, of, extroversion, gregariousness, flamboyancy, flaunting one's abilities, doing things with much confidence and self-assuredness, or even showmanship in some instances. This could be, the start of something, of commanding attention for what you do. If you haven't been lauded and praised, for previous efforts, it could be the beginning of getting, the recognition, notoriety that one may deserve. Also, too, it could be, the beginning, the start of, giving more of a positive, or just that simple impression of grandeur. It could be, the start of maybe dominating something such as, like, a competition. If you have it in the 5th house, could be doing something sports related. 7th house could be something, related to a competition in general. And it could also be the start again of having, being able to dominate in a certain field. Now, in some instances, this may be the beginning or start of a Leo-related profession, especially if it falls in one of the money houses, which is the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house. It could be the start of something associated with entertainment, acting, cardiology, performing, creativity, working with children, sports, even lion taming, military work, or some position of leadership or authority, even product demonstration, because product demonstration involves boasting about a product, and Leo energy simply, certainly doesn't have trouble in boasting about things. Now, in some cases, though, the new moon is considered at least generally auspicious. I believe it could be the start of some, Leo health-related matter. Now, especially if it falls in the first or sixth house in one's natal chart. Of course, the first house is connected to the physical body. The sixth house rules physical health-related issues. Now, it could be some issue connected with the upper back, spine, or heart. And, now, if, let's say if there is, say, an onset of some, health-related, issue, I wouldn't say it'd be anything overly serious, because we're not talking about, a solar eclipse or, anything overly, we're just talking about, what this is as far as being a regular, new moon. And, another thing, too, it's important to see, what house this falls in the natal chart, because this could impact the delineation and interpretation. Now, mine is going to fall in the fourth house in my chart. Now, this could, manifest in a number of ways. It could be the start of a little more extravagant home situation, but it could be, also the beginning of, maybe expressing more of those Leo qualities I have at the core, which can include being, more vibrant, charismatic, confident, and gregarious. Now, another thing, too, it's also important to look at the aspects this makes the points in one's chart, as this could impact its delineation and interpretation. This is going to make a sextile to my natal Uranus, which falls in my sixth house. Now, one way, this could manifest this feeling, confident more in terms of being auspicious, for doing the astrology in the daily routine. I also believe another way this might be expressed is that, having a new moon in Leo, feeling like expressing more gregariousness, and really doing so with, friends, which is Uranus, being able to do, and you have that good, connection with the new moon in Leo and friends. So the friends would be, more receptive to it. It's more, you're talking about, sextile being an auspicious, aspect. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.